All right, welcome to NFL Live. You know, Diana Rossini, Damien Woody, our coach over on the end, John Fox. So this is a pretty interesting little deal here. The Oakland Raiders take their rookie class to Google to learn about the culture, I guess, in a positive working environment. What do you think of this move? Just give me your 30,000 feet impression on this, first of all.
Well, back in the day, it was like frowned upon for players to kind of look at other interests outside the game because a lot of people thought of it as a quote-unquote distraction. But I think what you're seeing now from the modern-day players, these guys are thinking ahead. Because the average career is like 3 years or whatever it is. So these guys are smarter. They're more informed. They're thinking about life after football. So, listen, I applaud the Oakland Raiders for bringing these rookies into a different environment and showing them, there's things outside of football as well.
Yeah, coaching them up and teaching them that football isn't the end-all, be-all, giving them some life experience, perhaps even what a corporation is like, and to start planning. And, Damien, you seem like you planned real well because you're doing well here.
Doing all right.
Knowing that you can do something else. We're seeing lots of players retire at early ages. And those that you talk to that retire and have a game plan, they're just moving on to the next thing, and transitioning easily because they had that plan in place. I mean, we can all apply to our own lives, right? Back in college, and you organize and plan it out well, it can work out.
Even just getting a tour of Google in general is a pretty cool deal. I mean, that's that in and of itself. You ever heard of anything like this, though?
Yeah, I think, really with your player development staff and what they do, I think the NFL's doing a way better job, whether it's teaching guys how to invest their money, whether it's teaching guys what to do for life after football. I think the NFL's done a great job of really preparing players now, way better than years ago.
On the field, the Raiders have had a crazy offseason. Ton of draft picks, trades, moves. AB comes in, Vontaze comes in, incognito. How do we grade the offseason as a whole? We'll start with you, Woody.
Listen, I actually think they've had a pretty good offseason. I think what you saw from the draft, they brought in a lot of guys that, number one, high character guys from elite programs, Clemson, Alabama. So they're trying to instill that culture there. And on the offensive side of football, you bring in, Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams to complement on the outside. Trent Brown, the offensive tackle who was with the Patriots. So I like a lot of the moves that John Gruden and Mike Mayock has made for the Oakland Raiders.
How close are they, Coach? Is this team just prepping for Vegas, or are they ready to win right now?
Well, I think, if you watched them from the onslaught of that, John Gruden era, I mean, they went negative. I mean, they were getting rid of players. But they acquired a lot of currency, whether it be draft currency or even financial currency, to get better. So I think last year they were like an expansion team, really what they did, with their season. And I think they've done as good a job as anybody in the National Football League this offseason.
I think we all have such short-term memory when it comes to Derek Carr. Guys, it was just a few years ago. We were talking about him being Offensive Player of the Year before he was injured, and of course the Raiders missed the playoffs that year. But if John Gruden can get Carr back to that level of playing, that awareness that he was able to create and see, and the offense that he had, and now he has even more weapons, I think the Raiders are definitely going to go up into the area of improvement this year.
Here's the problem with the Raiders.
What?
You're in the AFC West.
No, that's
You're
true.
darn right.
You got future Hall of Famer and Pat Mahomes in there. You got the Los Angeles Chargers, who to me might be the best all-around team in the National Football League. So I like the moves, but they got to contend with those teams in that division.
And even for Carr, last year they traded away one of his best friends in Mac and his best receiver in Cooper as they go win football games. Forget about it. NFL Live, Monday through Friday, ESPN.